What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Uncanned. Today, we're uncanning Space Trees from Common Space Brewery. So Space Trees is a 7.5% IPA of the future. So Common Space has a description here. Space Trees is an IPA of the future. These are cryo hopped experiments of the brewery Common Space. Its mission to explore strange new hop products, to seek out new dry hopping and alpha acid extraction methodology, to boldly brew an IPA that no one has brewed before. So the hops listed here are Cryo Sabro, Cryo Amarillo, and Flex Extract, which I've never heard of. I don't know what that is. Sounds futuristic. Obviously, we're dealing with cryo hops here. Cryo Sabro, which I don't know if I've had Cryo Sabro yet. And for anyone that doesn't know, Sabro tends to be, it's a new hop, and it tends to be something that is a little bit of a sticking point between whether you either love it or hate it. It's very coconut forward. It's very candy forward, in my opinion. I'm kind of in the middle. I've had instances where I love it. I've had instances where I think it's okay. And I have had instances where I do not want to drink this beer any longer. Let's see where this one ends up. But before we crack into it, just want to look at the label a little bit. We got another kind of fun illustrative label from Common Space, really carrying through that future space theme. Really nice colors here. I like that dark blue. I like that green. I like that purple. So whoever's designing Common Space's cans and doing those illustrations, they carry throughout a lot of their beer designs. And then they also carry through in their tap room as well, with some really cool murals and illustrations there. So Common Space, again, having a little bit of fun and variation on their label designs from release to release. It's not like here's their flagships, here's their special releases. They're all kind of different in their own little way. So IPA of the future, let's give it a whirl. So we have a mostly clear, little bit of slight haze on it, but definitely not a hazy IPA, not what I would call that. Maybe an unfiltered, but the nose, you're getting a ton of sweetness. This is, like I was saying with Sabro, candy sweetness. I want to say cotton candy. Coconut for sure. Big coconut, not earthy coconut, sweet coconut. And there's a fruity component to it as well. It's like a tropical bubblegum type of flavor. Lemon, cherry. I think that's the first time I've ever called that out in an IPA. Very aromatic beer, and that's what you come to expect with the cryo hop, which is a product that gives huge aromatic qualities to a beer. So let's give it a whirl. This could be a bubblegum. Honestly, this could be a bubblegum. I'm getting bubblegum flavor on it. I'm getting big coconut flavor on it. Watermelon, lemon, orange, strawberry. Yeah, extremely fruity. I really like the way that this beer balances sweetness and bitterness. I think if it didn't have this really nice bitter backbone, that it would be overly sweet, and I'd be like, nah, this tastes like candy. This tastes like straight up juice, and I'm not into it. It has a bitterness balance that makes this beer very drinkable, in my opinion. This beer also borrows a lot from the Hazy IPA. So if it didn't have that bitterness, and if it had a little bit of a different mouthfeel, you know, if it had a little bit of flaked wheat or oats or something like that, you would think this is going to be a hazy IPA. But they basically have taken the hop component of what people like in hazies and applied this to more of a traditional IPA. I don't know what you would consider this, and I think that's why they're saying it's IPA from the future, because it's got juicy, it's got hazy, it's got West Coast, it's got American, it's got session vibes to it too, in a weird way. So, like, overall, this beer throws you for a fucking loop, but it's extremely delicious. It's extremely flavorful. I couldn't have too many of these at once. Honestly, it's big. This is big in the coconut. This is big in the bubblegum. So you'd have to really be into that. But once in a while, or one can to start off a session, or one can in the middle of a session, especially to share. If I'm taking this and I'm sharing with 1 or 2 or 3 other people, I think we all really enjoy this in small amounts. But either way, I kind of see this as a win for Common Space because A, they're testing the boundaries of what some of these ingredients can do together, and B, they're giving their customers a different look at what an IPA can be. And IPA from the future, this very well could be. It's not what I dream of as the future of IPA, but it very well could go down this road. And I appreciate that the team at Common Space is pushing those boundaries with another very fun release. I am going to enjoy the rest of this beer. It's a very good one. I highly suggest you check it out too. Whether this sounds like something you'd love, or whether it's just something that you should try once and be like, this is interesting. I'm very intrigued by what they did with this beer. I'm looking forward to more fun creations from the Common Space team. This is Space Trees IPA by Common Space.